George woke up in his sunny New York apartment and saw a bright yellow hat. He wondered if the big hat could fly like a golden bird. He put the hat on his head and skipped toward the open balcony. The city below was filled with yellow taxis and tall, silver buildings. George saw a group of pigeons and waved the hat at them. The birds flapped their wings and flew high into the blue sky. George laughed because his morning was starting with a very big surprise. Mr. Miller walked into the room wearing his bright yellow suit and smiled.
George, look at that magnificent
they were
park.
Going to the big
Imagine
city
all
park.
the...
George grabbed his red sneakers and hopped all the way to the door. Humley the dog waited by the elevator looking very serious and stiff. The elevator made a loud ding sound as the doors opened wide. George pressed all the glowing buttons because he wanted to see them light up. The lobby of the building smelled like fresh flowers and shiny floor wax. At the park, George saw a man holding a bunch of colorful balloons. He wondered how high the balloons would go if he let go. George accidentally bumped into the man, and the string slipped away quickly. The red and blue balloons floated up toward the green treetops. George started to run as fast as his legs could carry him. Mr. Miller called out and chased after George's bright yellow shirt.
Wow, you did it!
Humley barked and ran in a straight line to stay very organized. George climbed up a small wooden fence to reach for the strings. He swung from a low tree branch like a brave jungle explorer. The balloons danced in the wind just out of his small reach. A squirrel watched George and flicked its bushy gray tail in surprise. George didn't give up because he wanted to save the floating toys. The sun shone through the leaves and made the park look magical. He finally caught the yellow string and pulled the balloons back down. George brought the balloons back to the man and did a dance. The balloon man gave George a big, shiny red balloon as a prize. Mr. Miller gave George a high five and sat on a blue blanket. They opened a picnic basket filled with yellow bananas and sweet juice. Humley sat quietly and waited for a small piece of cheese. The park was peaceful as the afternoon sun began to feel warm. George felt very proud of his big, brave balloon rescue today. They ate their snacks and watched the kites fly in the wind. George leaned against Mr. Miller and watched the clouds change shapes.
A cloud elephant.
He saw a cloud that looked exactly like a giant banana. The city noises felt like a soft lullaby in the distance. George promised to be a little less curious for the rest of the day. Mr. Miller laughed and adjusted his tall, bright yellow fedora. They walked home together under the beautiful, glowing New York sunset.